for our friend Jay Miller to use it tomorrow morning, tomorrow day sometime. Just let us know so that we'll know we got it, and then we'll make the arrangements. So racer in need. There's got to be somebody with a welder on the premises, I would think, out of all these folks. So it'd be well appreciated, and we will get the information or whatever. We just need to know if somebody's got one, and if we can't find one, we'll go to plan B. But nevertheless, we'll make sure that we get them fixed up. We'd sure appreciate someone's help if you've got a welder on the premises. Be sure and let us know, and that way we can move forward and not go to plan B. We just need to know if someone has one. So thank you very much for that. As we're still continuing to get the hot rod off the racetrack, we're getting closer and closer. We're going to get right back at it right here for $10,000 on the no box side as we will finish that up. And round number 4 box cars, you should be in the lanes. Once again, we have a racer in need. We're needing a welder. Basically, all we need tonight is to know if we have one, and we'll make the arrangements tomorrow to get that fixed up for our friend. And after round 4, we will stop for about 9 minutes and 45 seconds. We'll give them 10 and a half. We're going to have the fireworks show. It's going to be a good show. Going to be on the far side of the racetrack, down at the scoreboards, off over the trees, far side of the racetrack. And as soon as the fireworks show is over, they'll start a little party over here at the hospitality tent straight across from the tower. They're going to have beverages for everyone, free as long as they last. And believe me, I've been to that little establishment 3 or 4 times, and you just don't want to miss it. If you're out of competition and you need somewhere to hang out, that's going to be where to hang out. We'll bring in the 2022 season together right here at Bradenton Motorsports Park and have us some fun. Okay, we already have found a welder. Randy Folk has one, and he's parked on the far side of the racetrack. So Jay Miller, we do have a welder. Randy Folk's got one, the Folk family. They'd be glad to hook us up, and we'll get that thing welded up for you one way or the other. We'll get that hooked up for you one way or the other. So Randy Folk's got us hooked up, so thank you, Randy Folk and the Folk family. Again, Randy Folk, we want to thank you for the welder. We will make those arrangements tomorrow sometime. Jay Miller, we do have one, so we will stick with plan A, and tomorrow at some point we'll get with Randy Folk. He's on the other side, the opposite side of the racetrack, so we'll get with the Folk family there, and we'll get that thing welded up somehow, and we can't thank the Folk family enough. So disregard the welder call. We've got it took care of thanks to Randy Folk. Well appreciated. Getting closer and closer to getting fired right back off here, and we'll hit the road a-running. Need to give a shout out to Holly from up in Hawkins County, Tennessee. I want to wish her a happy new year from down here in Bradenton, Florida. As we get closer and closer to getting fired right back off for the 7th Annual New Year's Nationals. Going to give away $10,000 in 2 different classes and $2,000 for the juniors. And I hear far in the hole coming at us. Tim Howes, Venus, Florida, right-hand lane, dialed 652. Antonio Santiago in the left-hand lane out of Florida, dialed 686. Ford against Chevrolet. Florida against Florida. 686 in the left, 652 in the right. Antonio left, Tim right. Ford on Chevrolet. As they didn't waste no time and they put them in the lights. That's what we need. 2 fouls separate them. 054 up against an 056. And the right-hand lane was 2 foul behind, but he works a little overtime. He runs 1 above with a 0, taking 002, taking the win. Left-hand lane had the advantage. 54 up front, runs 1 above with a 4. Off that 86, finding himself 2 foul behind. Tim coming in to round number next. Bobby Jr., right-hand lane, 598 on the dial-in. Left-hand lane, 606 for Mr. Tim Butler, Sarasota, Florida. Entry. As they get them ready, head to the pre-stage. They'll jack them up on the converter. They'll creep them in, and the tree will fall. 009 to an 026. Can the 009 hold him off? Yes, he can. Double breakout. Left-hand lane, 9 breaks out. 3 foul, taking 7. 9 takes 7. Right-hand lane, 26 breaks out by the same amount. Left-hand lane taking the win. Josh Green, right-hand lane, dialed 623. And the good-looking little Nova. I love seeing this hot rod right here race. The Green family, part of my family, my racing family. Gerald Hamlick, left-hand lane, dialed 741 out of New York, Hampton Bays, New York. 741 on the dial-in, chasing $10,000. My boy Green over there. Hiking her out on the back tires. 014 to an 033. Can the 14 hold him off? And yes, he can. 14 dead on with a 3. 17 total, mathematically eliminated. My boy Gerald in the left-hand lane. He's 33, runs dead 7. No good. Josh Green going into round number next for $10,000. Jeff Stewart, my man Jeff Stewart, the four-door O's, dial 721 out of Fairmont, West Virginia. Left-hand lane, Trevor Jenkins, dialed 664 in the S-dime. Going to battle, my boy Jeff Stewart laid one on me yesterday, 15 total. Trevor Jenkins in the left-hand lane's been on it all day long. Three are coming, one of them out green, two of them out green, and one of them's 001. One of them's 45 and in trouble, and yes, my boy Stewart, 001 up front, breaks out 8 thou, taking 25. Left-hand lane runs 61 with a 3 off that 64, no good. 45 up front, lets it get by. My boy Jeff Stewart to round number next, 32 cars for $10,000. Chase Remy, right-hand lane, Olive Hill, Kentucky, 668 on the dial-in. And the 91 Dakota, Lucas Walker, still doubled, got one through, dialed 587 in the Sting, Murray, Kentucky. So Kentucky on Kentucky. Ramy on Walker. Ramy is 005 red, and our boy Lucas Walker will stay doubled at 16 cars for $10,000. Runs 586 with a 2 off the 587. And our boy Lucas Walker coming back to round number next for 16 cars and still doubled. That'll be the end of the no box side, as we'll jump right off into round number 4. Mike White in the right-hand lane, dialed 483 in the split window vet. He built this car himself. He's well known in the Carolinas of building great chassis race cars. He's won many best engineered cars, many best appearing cars, bracket world finals all over the country. Mike White race cars, 483 in the right-hand lane, up against none other than Gage Birch. 572 on the dial-in in the Scott Rod's old ride. The FTI crowd, okie dokie. Performance Machines, Overkill. Left lane out, there's one foul, separates them, and who's it gonna be? Right-hand lane taking the win. He's 11 up front, running 85 with a 1 off that 83, taking 0002. My boy Birch is 10 up front, runs 74 with a 2 off that 72, getting 0002 behind. Mike White and Mike White race cars into round number next for $10,000. Chuck Meldick, right-hand lane, Long Lake, Michigan is 003 red with a 695 dial-in. Gus in the left-hand lane out of Florida, dial 525, is 11 up front, breaks out by 3 thou, but it doesn't matter. Take the win as Chuck in the right-hand lane goes red, left-hand lane taking the win. And he'll come back to round number next. And that'll bring us up to the next pair. David Braskett, 473 on the dial-in out of Ohio. Beautiful little hot rod right there. Cadillac style. 473 on the dial-in. Jamie Silence, right-hand lane, Jacksonville, Florida, dial 622. In the 68 Nova. It's not too many times you're going to see a Cadillac like that run 473. But our boy David Braskett has been looking good all day long, trying to get one step closer to $10,000. As he'll be in first, our boy Jamie coming. Two of them out green and one of them's in trouble. 004 and 035, and who's it going to be? 004 is not to be denied. He's one above with a 2, taking 44. Our boy Braskett, 35 up front, runs 2 above with a 5, no good. Jamie into round number next. Rick in the right-hand lane out of Florida, dialed 531 in the Marrow. Left-hand lane, Scott the field out of Cocoa, Florida, 71 Ventura. Not a Nova. 637 on the dial-in. He's out green. Right-hand lane's out green, and 4 thou separate him. 014 and 018. Who's it going to be? Right-hand lane. He was 4 thou behind. Works some overtime. Runs dead 9. Taking 001. Left-hand lane, 638 with a 4 off the 37, had 4th thou advantage, gets 001 behind. Right-hand lane taking a win. Corey Penny, right-hand lane, right here from Florida, 68 Marrow. 577 on the dial in, and let's go heads up, folks. 577 in the left-hand lane for my boy Mike. Out of Magnolia, Delaware. 79 Marrow, 68 Marrow, and the left-hand lane is 1 foul red. Right-hand lane, our boy Corey 009 up front, runs it under, 74 with a 9, taking 12. Our boy in the left-hand lane misses a perfect run by 2 foul. He's 1 foul red, dead 1, and no good. Tanner Miller, right-hand lane, 628. Good-looking little hot rod over there, the little Vega wagon. He'll hike it out on the back tires. 628 on the dial. Michael Combs, left-hand lane, Bluff City, Tennessee, dials 486 in the Chevy 2. 67 Chevy 2. As they get up on the converters and creep them in. Left-hand lane in, Miller coming. Two of them out green, got a 003 to a 14, 11 foul, separate them up front. Right-hand lane not to be denied. 630 off of 628, taking 006. So he's 003 up front, taking 006 for the win. Michael Combs, 14 up front, no good. Ross Hatfield, right-hand lane. Right here from Florida, 498 on the dial in, 57 Chevy. Left-hand lane, Dwayne Markham, 523 on the dial in, out of West Virginia, 92 Camaro. All right, round number 4, Dragsters. If you're still in, round number 4, we'll take you. Dragsters to the lanes, round number 4. Round number 4, Dragsters, will take you to the lanes. Ross Hatfield, right-hand lane, 498. Dwayne Markham, left-hand lane, West Virginia, 523 on the dial-in. Dragsters, 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 round number 4, we will take you to the lanes. One of them out red, 002 red to the left-hand lane, will end his day, dead on 7. Right-hand lane, 012 up front, dead 3, 15 total. Ross Hatfield, 15 total, right-hand lane. Right here out of Florida, going into round number next. Bill Powell, Stuart, Florida, right-hand lane, 90 Mustang, dials 545. Mark Mullen, left-hand lane, 549 on the dial, Northport, Florida. Miss Murray, 76 Vega. Dragsters, 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 we need you. Round number 4, Dragsters, we need you in the lanes, please. Tria coming, one of them out red, 004. Right-hand lane, our boy Bill is 15 up front, looking for a 45, runs 49 with a 5. Taking the win, left-hand lane, 4th thou red, runs it under by 6th thou. That'll end the day for our boy Mark. Bill Powell into round number next. Round number 4, Dragsters. Round number 4, Dragsters. We will take you and we need you. Round number 4, Dragsters. As I see them headed that way. Round number 4. None other than Gary Williams, right-hand lane, 529 on the dial-in. The FTI Performance Scott Rod, Boss Lady, beautiful-looking Marrow, up against none other than Jeremy Bargo. This will be a good one. Barberville, Kentucky, 597 on the dial-in, and he leaves 9 thou red. Boy Gary, 012 up front, runs dead on with a 5. Little 17 total. And taking the win. Jeremy Bargo, runs it under. 95 with an 8 off that 97, no good. Carl Burney, right-hand lane, dials 533 in the Beretta, Naples, Florida, right-hand lane. Jim Kaczynski, Bradenton, Florida, hometown boy, 591 on the dial-in. Jim Kaczynski, one at the top one, I spit it out. 533 to a 591, three are coming. And two of them out green got us a race. One of them's in trouble, 008 to an 073. And the right-hand lane is going to take the win. He runs 39 with a 0 off the 33. And that'll be good enough for the win in the right-hand lane. My boy Jim, just a little bit late, runs 94 with a 5 off the 91. And had a little bit of smoke coming out of her down there. So hopefully Kaczynski hasn't heard anything. As we'll have to do just a little bit of touch-up here. Howard Westbury, left-hand lane, dialed 558. Jim Irwin, right-hand lane, 665 on the dial-in. Steffner, Florida, right-hand lane. Harleyville, South Carolina, for my boy Howard Westbury in the Kick Booty Nova. And they're going to go down here and look it over for just a minute. We had just a little bit of smoke right there, so we're going to just make sure that the surface is good. We had just a little bit of something here on the starting line. We had a little bit of smoke down there. Bradenton Motorsports Park going to go down there and do what they do. Check it out. Safety's number 1. Bradenton. I keep saying that wrong. One of my hometown turf back home is Brainerd. So I keep getting that wrong. I apologize. Round 4 dragsters to the lanes, please, as we got them dwindling in. So another shout out, round number 4 dragster. We'll take you to the lanes, please. We do just a little touch up here. The last car down the track had just a little bit of leakage. So we're going to clean that up. Won't take us very long. 2 or 3 more minutes. We'll get back on with it. And once again, right after round number 4, which won't be long, we're working through them. We're going to have a fireworks show. We're going to shut them down for about 10 minutes. It's going to be on the far side of the ring. Left-hand lane, 558, Harleysville, South Carolina, the Kick Booty entry. Seen this car a couple of weeks ago. Dragged the bumper plumb to half track. But they've got her calmed down, running good. 558 on the dial in left-hand lane. S Diamond right-hand lane, 665. 3 fouls separate them. 027 to an 030. Who's it going to be? Left-hand lane was behind up front. He's going to win the double breakout by 2 thou. Right-hand lane takes 15. Had to take 13 or less. Our boy Westbury breaks out 3 thou. Was a little bit behind when he left. Works a little overtime, makes it up. And the kick booty entry goes into round number next for $10,000. Holden Dial in the right-hand lane. Maxton, North Carolina, dialed 589 in the Marrow. Ken Grant dialed 571. In the 73 Nova. Round number 4 Dragsters, to the lanes please. Round number 4 Dragsters, we will take you. Something going wrong there in the right-hand lane. Hold it down, out red by a bunch. Left-hand lane, 22 up front, runs 69 with a 1 off the 71, had 19 thou on the bank. But Ken Grant coming back to round number next. Right-hand lane, Austin Logan, dial 645. Left-hand lane, not on file, 667 dial in. Left-hand lane, 006, taking the win, runs 2 above 4, taking 005. Left-hand lane, taking the win. Right-hand lane, a little bit behind, no good. Left-hand lane, Terrell Biddle, Dover, Florida, 624 on the dial in. Jason McCandless, 573 from Graham, North Carolina in the Dodge. Good looking little roadster, love the paint job. 573 to a 624. Florida against North Carolina. Tree coming. And 2 of them out green, and 1 of them's perfect. 1 of them's 006, all over the racetrack. He's going to save it. They're going to take the loss. Left-hand lane was perfect up front, had some issues, had to get out of it. Right-hand lane, 006, runs 601 on the 73. Our boy Biddle had his hands full. Looked like he got out of the groove there. And once he got out, he just couldn't gather it back up. Done the smart thing and aborted mission. He was perfect up front. That one's going to hurt. It looks like he was out of the groove at the hit. So, right-hand lane taking the win. Was fixing to have us a barn burner down there. A shindig, as we'd call it. Mike Leopard, 615, in the right-hand lane in the S-Dime. Beautiful truck. Left-hand lane, none other than Jason Folk, dial 620 and leaving on the bumper. 003 to a 19. Can the 003 hold him off? And yes, he can. Jason Folk runs 621 with a 1 off the 620, taking 15 thou. Right-hand lane is 19 up front. Runs 1 above with a 0. No good. So Jason Folk into round number next for $10,000. $588 dial in the left-hand lane. John Joins, Sparta, North Carolina, 67 Chevelle. Beautiful Chevelle. Love the color. Right-hand lane, Travis Logan, Charlotte, Florida, 87 Marrow. 621 on the dial in. Round number 4 Dragsters. Round number 4 Dragsters. If you're not in the lanes, we need you. Round number 4 Dragsters, 003 to a 36. One of them's in trouble. And the 003 not to be denied. He runs 6:22 with the 1, taking 34 off the 21. That'll be good for Travis Logan. Left-hand lane, John Joins. 36 up front, runs 89 with the 2 off the 88. No good. That will end his night and that entry. David Braskett, right-hand lane, dialed 473 out of Ohio. Gus Mascarenas, Brazilian bad boy. Pompano Beach, Florida, left-hand lane in the 67 Chevy 2, 526 on the dial-in. Right-hand lane, Braskett in the caddy, 473 dial-in. Now where else you going to see a caddy run 473? Right here, BMP, Bradenton Motorsports Park. Gus, left-hand lane. Braskett, right-hand lane. 526, 473, Tria coming. And the left-hand lane is out 5 foul red. Avoid Braskett, 006, looking for that 73, runs 77 with a 7, good enough for the win. Left-hand lane breaks it out with a 005 red and runs it under. The right-hand lane coming back to round number next. Gary Williams, left-hand lane, Bradenton, Florida, dialed 584. We just seen Birch go down the racetrack in that truck, taking a loss to Mr. Mike White. Our boy Gary Williams going to try to take his entry into round number next, 584 on the dial-in. For the FTI on-site crew, DJ Coventry, out of Florida, dial 710, and that right-hand lane is all green. 002 and 023, who's it going to be? Can the 003 hold him off? And yes, he can. Gary Williams, don't mess those up often. 002 runs 92 with a 0 off the 84, taking 20. Right-hand lane, 23 up front, runs 7 above, no good. Gary Williams and the FTI on-site entry into round number next. Paul Ranney, left-hand lane. Olive Hill, Kentucky, dialed 538. Unique little ride right there. Conquest, 87. Right-hand lane, 636. Jonathan Gibbs, Mooresville, North Carolina, Chevy Deuce. 66 Chevy Deuce, love the paint job. 636, 538. And 2 of them out green. We got 7 fouls separating them. 023 to an 030. In the right-hand lane, not to be denied. He had the advantage, runs dead on with a 2, lays down 25 total. Left-hand lane, 30 up front. No good. Paul Ranney done for the night. Right-hand lane taking the win. Round number 4 Dragsters. If you're still in, you should be in the lanes as we're dwindling down. One step closer to $10,000. Chase Huffman, right-hand lane, American, 464 on the dial-in, in the digger. Left-hand lane, Dean Miller, dials 480. Bluefield, West Virginia, 95 Cutlass. Round number 4 Dragsters. If you're not in the lanes, you're running behind. Round number 4 Dragsters. Right-hand lane, spits it out red, 006, and shuts it down. Left-hand lane, 23 up front, runs 76 with a 6 off that 480. Taking the win. Right-hand lane, quits wasting fuel, shuts her down, and already ready for tomorrow. Braden in the left-hand lane, dialed 575 out of Kitts Hill, Ohio, in the Race Tech Dragster. Beautiful dragster. Love the colors. right-hand lane, Ed Nunez, dialed 462. Digger on digger, FTI on site, right-hand lane. Race Tech chassis, left-hand lane. Ohio, left-hand lane. Florida, right-hand lane. $10,000 on the line, and they're going to get it on. Fixing to do battle. Yeah. Got us a race, 014 to an 048. One of them's in trouble. And gonna need to visit the tent in a little while. Gonna need a drink. Left-hand lane's 14 up front, breaks out, taking 96, no good. Right-hand lane 48, getting by with it, dead on with the 2. Ed Nunez throwing out the anchor, puts it dead 2. And the left-hand lane's gonna need to come to the hospitality tent shortly. Gonna need a drink. Couldn't back up enough to take the win, breaking it out. Right-hand lane taking the win. Josh Harper, right-hand lane, out of Kingsland, Georgia, dialed 457 in the digger. Speedix Performance, sponsored Sheen. Robbie joins left-hand lane, 487 on the dial-in, out of Sparta, North Carolina, the Race Tech entry. Digger on digger. 3/10 separate them. And one of them's in bad shape. 011, we'll see if he can hold on, and the left-hand lane's got problems, shuts it down. Right-hand lane is 11 up front, runs 76, shutting it off. Good enough for the win. So we'll keep an eye on him here. He did get out of the groove, shut her down early, was having an issue. But I think he was having the issue from the hit, and I think he just quit. Don't look like we have anything, but we'll look it over. But definitely something going on from the hit. Not sure what it was. We'll check it out just to make sure there's nothing on the racing surface. Safety first. Going to hold up just a moment as we check out the surface here. All right, folks, as we'll get back at it, Missy Goodman, right-hand lane, dial 465. Lucas Berkeley, left-hand lane. Rossford, Ohio, dial 513. Double 04 and 021 straight down the pipe. 511 in the left-hand lane breaking out. No good. Right-hand lane. Double 04 up front. 2 above with an 8. Left-hand lane gets there. 026. No good. Right-hand lane taking the win. Coming into round number next. One of them under by 5 thou. One of them drops out to be 2 above. Straight down the pipe. Right-hand lane. Ketterman dialed 464. In the right-hand lane, left-hand lane, Tim Butler dials 488 out of Florida. American Dragster against Race Tech Dragster. Race Tech in the right-hand lane, American in the left. Ketterman 464 on the dial-in, Butler 488 in the left. Round number 4 Dragsters. If you are not in the lanes, you are late. Double 01 to an 031. Right hand lane, not to be denied. He's 001 up front, runs dead on with a 6-7 thou total. Ketterman, 7 thou total, left-hand lane, 31 up front, can't win. Derek Hubbard, right-hand lane, dialed 446. Tim Watson, left-hand lane, dialed 460. Right-hand lane, 011 up front, breaks it out by 6 thou, taking the win. Left-hand lane, 19 up front, runs 456 with a 7 off the 460, no good. Right-hand lane will take the win. Claude, Texas, right-hand lane. Middletown, New York, left-hand lane. 2 good-looking diggers. 6 to 9 juniors will take you in the lanes. 6 to 9 juniors will take you to the lanes for round number 4. 6 to 9 juniors to the lanes, please. Chris Burrell, right-hand lane, Claude, Texas, 443 in the digger. Paul Skinninger, Middletown, New York, 463 in the digger. American Production Incorporation, Race Tech entry, left-hand lane. Two of them out green, 11 thou separated. Right-hand lane not to be denied. He's 14 up front, had the advantage, wins the double breakout, takes 009, runs 42 with a 4 off that 43. Left-hand lane breaks it out by 8 thou. 25 up front, no good. Just keep watching this. Right-hand lane, Kobe Fuller, dialed 455 on the dial in. Left-hand lane, Tyler Bohannon, 453 in the left side. Good-looking diggers, left to right. 2 Huns separate them. Going to the right-hand lane. 3 coming. 2 of them out green, 4 thou separate them. 0-2-40 and 0-28. Who's it going to be? Right-hand lane. He was behind up front. Works a little overtime, taking the win. Fuller to round number next. Tyler Bohannon, 453 on the dial, 24, runs 2 above with a 1, 12 thou behind, and that'll be the end of his night in that entry. Right-hand lane, dialed 447, Ryan Barnes out of Georgia. Left-hand lane, Alan Glatt, 451 on the dial in, Westminster, the 20 Miller. Right-hand lane, the 11 American. Digger on digger, wing on wing. 4 Huns separate them, going to the left-hand lane. 6 to 9-year-old junior dragsters. 6 to 9-year-old junior dragsters. We need you to the lanes for round number 4. Left-hand lane, 26 up front, runs 52 with a 9 off the 51. Right-hand lane had the advantage, 16 up front, runs 45 with an 8 off the 47, taking 41. Needed to trim that up just a little bit more. Nevertheless, left-hand lane taking the win. Michael Carpenter, left-hand lane, dialed 490. Tom Dauber, right-hand lane, out of Medford, New Jersey, dials in at a 461 in the 2011 Phantom ride. 6 to 9-year-old junior dragsters, round number 4. We will take you to the lanes, please. 6 to 9 junior dragsters, we will take you to the lanes. Looks like we've got them in 1 and 2. And we'll go ahead and call the 10 to 12-year-olds. We'll take you to lanes 5 and 6. 10 to 12-year-olds, round number 4. Lanes 5 and 6, 002 to a 16, 14 foul separate them. Right-hand lane had the advantage, runs dead 5, lays down 7 total for my boy Tom Dauber out of Medford, New Jersey to round number next. Our boy Michael Carpenter, 16 up front, runs 89 with a 4, 6 thou under, no good. 6 to 9 junior dragsters to the lanes, please. Lanes 1 and 2. 10 to 12-year-olds to lanes 5 and 6, round number 4. We'll take you. James Hinkle, right-hand lane, Danville, Kentucky, 468 on the dial-in, the racecraft entry. Left-hand lane, Lori, we'll go with it, Hillsbury, New Jersey, dialed 481 in the 08 American. Lori with a beautiful digger. Right-hand lane, good-looking hot rod. 481 to a 468, and the tree's coming. 2 of them out green, 003 to an 028, and a 003 hanging on. Yes, Lori can. 003 up front, wins a double breakout, runs 79 with a 5, taking 20. Right-hand lane, needed to get behind more. 028 up front, runs 66 with a 0, no good. Lori back into round number next. 6 to 9-year-old junior dragsters, lanes 1 and 2. 10 to 12-year-old junior dragsters, lanes 5 and 6 for round number 4. Tim Castetter, left-hand lane, Narvon, in the 08 American, dialed 453 on the dial-in. Donovan Williams, Bradenton, Florida, hometown boy, dialed 473. The FTI on-site entry. Two tenths separate them. Both of them out green. 008 to 13. 5 fouls separate them, and Donovan cannot get it done. 008, take 8 for Donovan, no good. Left-hand lane 013, running 450 with a 9 off the 453, taking the win. Donovan needed to take 5 or less. 8, take 8, usually gets it done, no good tonight. Scott Gibson Jr., right-hand lane, Sanford, Florida, dialed 457. Becky in the left-hand lane, dialed 498. Tree coming. One of them's in trouble. 013 to an 061. The 013 will get it done. Runs 1 above with a 7, taking 003, which mathematically eliminated my boy, or my gal Becky. She's 61 up front, misses it a little bit, runs 95 with a 2, 003 behind. No good. Scott Gibson Jr., end of round number next, Sanford, Florida. 6 to 9-year-old junior dragsters, lanes 1 and 2, 10 to 12-year-olds. Lanes 5 and 6, round number 4. And let's go ahead and get a 13 and up. We'll take you guys to lanes 3 and 4. So 13 and up, round number 4, junior dragsters. We will take you to lanes 3 and 4. So that's all junior dragsters. 6 to 9, 1 and 2. 10 to 12. Mark Kelly, right-hand lane. Randy Lynn Ship, left-hand lane. 001 up front, runs dead on with the 2, laying down 3 total. Mark is 28 up front and cannot win. Runs it under, trying to get there. 1, dead 2, take 3. Going to win a lot. Left-hand lane, bringing it back to round number next. 6 to 9-year-olds, lanes 1 and 2. 8 to 12-year-old junior dragsters, round number 4, 5 and 6. And we'll take the 13 and up to lanes 3 and 4 for round number 4. So we got a spot for all of you in the lanes, junior dragsters, round number 4, getting closer to crowning somebody for $10,000.
Hey, hold up.
Got our next pair in the water box here. All right, we got one more pair after this. This is the bye run for round number 4, none other than Randy Folk. Right here from Bradenton, Florida, dialed 588 in that beautiful little vet. He'll hike her out on the back tars, take her A to B. Dial 588. Beautiful little Willie out there at about 160 feet. Looking for that 588. Runs 84 with a 7. He's 10 up front. He rides her out there at about 180 feet, 160 feet, something like that. Sets her down and goes right down the pike. We have one more entry to go. And that'll be it for round number 4 of Top ET. And we'll get into the junior dragsters, 6 to 9-year-olds. They're in lanes 1 and 2. 8 to 12-year-olds is in lane 5 and 6. And 13 and up is in lanes 3 and 4. So we got one more pair coming. Then we're going to get into the juniors. Then when we get them run, we're going to hold off for about 10 minutes. We're going to have a fireworks show on the opposite side of the racetrack as the tower. It's going to be down there about where the boards are, straight across over in the woods. That's where the show will come off. Right out of that, we're going to have a little party over there. We're going to have some drinks for the adults, drinks for the kids, free to everyone while they last at the hospitality tent, straight across from the tower. We're going to bring in 2022 right here at BMP, Bradenton Motorsports Park. Thanks to Robert Reynolds and Bill and crew. Last pair of round number 4. Right-hand lane. Roy in the FTI on-site entry, dialed 470. Derek Hubbard, left-hand lane, dials 444. Good-looking little digger in the left-hand lane. Right-hand lane, FTI on-site entry. Performance machine. 470 to a 444. And junior dragsters, get ready as we will get you pulled out as quickly as possible. Last pair of round number 4. One step closer, $10,000 on the line. Two of them out green, 007 to an 030, 23 separate them. Who's it going to be? Left-hand lane getting it done. Derek Hubbard, 007, runs 47 with a 1. 9 foul behind. Right-hand lane, 30 up front, takes 9, no good. Derek Hubbard into round number next for $10,000, and that will conclude round number 4 for the door cars, no box. As we'll get into the juniors here, we're going to finish them off. We'll stop for about 10 minutes, do the fireworks show. It's going to be a great show. And then we'll get moving on, getting one step closer to crowning somebody for that $10,000 Thursday/Friday. BMP doing what they do. Got our first pair up. Jason Johnson, right-hand lane, out of Georgia, dial 1190. Lincoln McMaster, left-hand lane. Dillon Springs, Florida, 1205 on the dial in. Round number 4, Junior Dragsters. If you're not in the lanes, you should be there, all ages. Ten to 12, lanes 5 and 6, 13 and up, 3 and 4. McMaster, left-hand lane, 1205. Johnson, right-hand lane, 1190. One of them's missed it a little bit. Still working in the digging though. Right-hand lane going to take the win. He's 27 up front. Runs 1204 on the 1190. McMaster missed it a little bit. Dial 1205. Runs 1208. So the right-hand lane taking the win. Hunter Brown, right-hand lane out of Georgia. Dial 1199. Left-hand lane not on file. 913 for the dial. $2,000 on the line for the youngsters. The future of the sport as they get them ready. Brown, right-hand lane, 1199. Not on file, 913 in the left. Two of them out green. We got us a race. 7 thou separate them. 068 to an 075. Who's it going to be? Right-hand lane had the advantage. 68 up front. Runs 12 flat with a 2 off the 1199, taking 20. Good little race. Left-hand lane 075. Runs 915 with a 5. 2 above. No good. Pretty good lap for both of them. Right-hand lane Hunter Brown taking the win. Right-hand lane, Cincy Hatcher, out of Georgia, dialed 895. Left-hand lane, Brady Dykes, out of Florida, Mariana, Florida, 908 for the dial. $2,000 up for grabs. Hatcher, right-hand lane, dialed 895. Brady Dykes, left-hand lane, dialed 908. 014 to an 043. The right-hand lane has the advantage and won't be denied. 890 with an 8 off the 95, taking the win. Dykes, left-hand lane, 43 up front, runs a 86 with a 4 off the 908. And just couldn't get it done. Matthew Peterson, right-hand lane, dialed 898. Out of Florida, left-hand lane. Piper Lynch, dialed 890. Pleasant View, Tennessee. So Tennessee against Florida. Matthew Peterson, right-hand lane, dialed 898. Left-hand lane, Piper Lynch, dialed 890. Right-hand lane, 016 up front, runs dead on with a 2. 18 total for Matthew Peterson, right-hand lane. Left-hand lane missed it a little bit, runs 91 off the 90. Matthew going into round number next for $2,000. Dylan Carr, right-hand lane, Bradenton, Florida, dialed 915. Left-hand lane, Easton Hodge, dialed 890. Carr, 915 out of Florida, right lane. Easton Hodge, left-hand lane, out of Franklin, Kentucky. The Jake Hodge entry. Chip off the old block. Carr, BMP entry, Bradenton, Florida. Home turf. Probably made a couple of laps here. Kentucky on Florida, SEC matchup. $915 right lane, $890 in the left. Two of them out green. Who's it going to be? Left-hand lane, missed it just a touch. We're going to take the win. Runs 98 off of 90, right-hand lane. 65 had the advantage. Runs 908 with a 9 off the 915, no good. Easton Hodge taking the win. Chip off the old block. All right, just making sure we had it clear down there. As we'll get off into the next pair. Jackson Grainer, right-hand lane, dial 904, half scale entry. Matt Pilon, left-hand lane, dialed 897, out of Florida. The Bill Lee entry. Two of them out green, 019 to an 034. We got us a race. Working, digging, scratching, clawing. Left-hand lane was 19 up front, had the advantage, taking the win, taking 27, runs 904 with a 5 off the 897. Right-hand lane, 34 up front, runs 912 off the 904, and no good. Left-hand lane taking the win. All right, folks, we're going to call it for the evening. Obviously, we don't have a choice. Mother Nature's going to get a little fog in here on us. So if you're in the staging lanes, you're more than welcome to start easing back to the pits. We will have to go to plan number B. So we're just going to have to call tonight's event. Mother Nature's got in here on us. So we will have to finish things up in the morning. We will get with you on the schedule as soon as we get it. So that will be it for tonight. We will pull the plug. So we can kick back here. We will still have a fireworks show here shortly, I would assume. We'll give it just a few minutes here. Maybe it'll clear up a little bit for that. We can still have the little hospitality beverages over there for the adults and the kids. It's going to be free as long as it lasts. So we'll get to have a good time, spend the rest of the evening hanging out, socializing, having a good time. Let's keep a check on things. Let's keep these scooters and golf carts down to a minimal speed, please. Last thing we want is someone hurt here on New Year's Eve. We want to have a good time, and that would ruin it. So let's keep that fleeced, please. And we can hang out, bring in 2022 right here in Florida, as we'll get back after it in the morning. And we'll bring the schedule to you as soon as possible. So hang tight, get things up, cover them up, put them in the trailers. We can go ahead and start opening them coolers. We're going to have us a little get-together over there, hospitality tent, here shortly. And we'll give it just a few minutes here. Hopefully we can get this fireworks show off, start off in good fashion here for the rest of the evening. It's early. $10 o'clock, got a couple of more hours before it's the new year. We're going to bring it in right here at BMP, Bradenton Motorsports Park. And we may have fireworks going off now. Here they go. Enjoy.
So the fireworks show going on just past the spectator side. Fireworks are sponsored by Racer Supply Store, Lake Horse Transportation, and Mike's Metalworks. McMaster's Lawn Care. Our Racer Appreciation Dinner and free bartending. Now I say free bartending, but go over there and tip the bartender if you would. Saturday night's Racer Appreciation Dinner is sponsored by Alpine Inn. But under the white tent, the asphalt side of the racetrack along the fence. Free drinks. We just ask that you leave a tip because we had an impromptu bartender.
And there you have it, folks. The fireworks sponsored by Racer's Supply Store, Lake Horse Transportation, and Mike's Metalworks. McMaster's Lawn Care. Can't thank you enough. Great little show. And once again, as we will end the evening as far as racing, but the party's just starting over at the hospitality tent. Free drinks for the adults and the kids for as long as they last. And we'll have a couple of nice, beautiful young ladies over there doing a little bartending. So let's be sure and tip those ladies. They're going to work very hard for us. We'll have a great time. And we'll enjoy it together. So let's just fleece our speed out here. Let's not get anyone hurt. Let's keep it under wraps on the scooters and the golf carts. Let's have a really good time. It's early. We got a couple of hours before we'll bring in the new year right here at BMP. So tomorrow night we will have the Saturday dinner sponsored by Alpine Inn, Easy Life Motorsports, and that will be tomorrow evening. So we will take right back off tomorrow where we left off, I would assume. We will get you the schedule as quickly as possible. We will try to go hot around 9 o'clock. Hopefully Mother Nature will get on out of here like it did this morning. We'll get fired off. We'll finish up, and then we'll get started for Friday/Saturday, $20,000 to win. First, we're going to get the first business at hand, $10,000. For no box, $10,000 on top, and $2,000 for the juniors. We're going to start back off in the morning. Everyone have a good evening. Happy New Year from us right here at BMP, Hot Rod, Fast and Fincham, all the workers. Happy New Year's. Let's have a good time, and we'll see you in the morning.